Right, and here we go. Another day on the Dan Dunn Show. Let me just get my stuff ready here. I am streaming, so let me get my link. We actually have a lot of good things to go over. Good things. We got actual information here. I did a little bit more research. But, let me kill the sound. Oh, do lights. Nice. So the future slid a little bit this morning. The Fed minute was tough. Fed minute was tough on everyone. But, I don't know why this is being tough with me right now. Why can't this just work? Anyway, I don't think there's anyone watching me right now. I have to get my stuff up there. What stocks, what tickers are we going over today? We got a couple things going off. Alright, so we had a couple of reportings last night. Philip Morris beat it. Philip Morris had they beat out their earnings. There was some tobacco heater that really helped them out. So I thought they were gonna miss. Whatever. I don't know. Fuck Philip Morris. Shit sucks. But anyway, let's go over some news here. China and the U.S. not going to the table and will extend the woes. Workday had a lot of insider buying, but I looked further into that, and it looks like this one guy just keeps fucking buying and selling stocks like these swing trades in his own company. I've never seen that before. That might have been something wrong, but anyway, Workday had some insider buying that was worthwhile to look at because it was two guys around $1 million who bought or reported that they bought yesterday or the day before, and but I kept looking at it, and it seemed like one guy always did this. Like this is that one guy's thing to just always do this. Another thing that I looked at was Tesla, or well, a couple more insider buyings, but nothing that big. But Tesla bought land, a $2 billion piece of property in China to build a new gigafactory, and that just, I mean, Tesla, man. That goes without saying. Like, dude, I just want to see what their twits is doing. Actually, I should post up on the Tesla twits. I would get people hating me if I talk bearish on Elon, right? But Tesla. I don't even think that's on my watch list. I just changed my profile over, so I haven't gotten to it yet. But Tesla's down 3%. That makes sense because they don't have $2 billion to go and buy some fucking piece of property out in China. But that's what they did, and some new gigafactory. I guess they'll save on labor if they get rid of their California factory. Also, putting their factory in California was probably a really stupid decision on their part, because not only do you have to pay for Californian land, you have to do the EPA's up their ass, dude. They have to worry about the frogs in the stream behind the river, like behind the shop. Like, it just, dude, Tesla building an automotive plant in California, expecting to produce 30,000 cars in X amount of time, and not just like a little mom and pop shop, a legitimate car factory. It's just that's a bad idea, in my opinion. It worked for Elon, I suppose, but yeah. So anyway, we got more news than that. We got the Saudi is making waves. So the Saudi thing, the guy who got killed, man, the journalist or whatever, that shit's gonna have its repercussions, man. A couple people are gonna be doing favors for that. Like, I could see this being like, just hurt the Saudis. I don't, dude, you might see waves of that in the market to a small degree if you really looked for it. Alcoa beating its EPS, which is really good because Alcoa isn't a growth company, and I think I saw it was up like 6%. And if Alcoa beat, then I'm expecting a lot more companies to have really strong third quarter beats. Alcoa beating is a very bullish sign for the market, short term. But eBay is suing Amazon over seller recruitment, so that's going to be a whole thing. Northrop Grumman wins a $697 million contract with the Pentagon. The Treasury ops make China with a currency. The Treasury opts against making China a currency manipulator, putting them on a watch list instead. So for whatever reason, they didn't make China a currency manipulator, even though I'm pretty sure I've seen them manipulate their currency on a day-to-day basis. But the Treasury Department hasn't. So Delta and United climb on business class demand. So that's good for the airlines. I saw the airlines were up like earlier in the week sometime, not too long ago, but they were up a little bit. The Fed minutes point to a continued slow but steady rise in rates. Housing stocks get hit hard after numbers slide in the South. So housing starts, usually how I got the picture of this is that the housing market peaks out in the South. Like, people in the South are always building new houses. Is what this article that I read made it out to seem. And people are building less houses in the South, which is like an indicator of what's about to happen everywhere else. And so that's something to watch. And the Fed minute continued slow rise in rates. We know it was going to happen. We're just screaming. We're just dragging our feet through it. As people who invest, or people who swing trade, or people who are just in it, of course you don't like it, dude. Of course you don't like it. But the Fed's going to continue doing their thing. They don't see anything out in the future, which says something about the Fed, that they're very bullish, right? But I don't know. And Facebook, they're trying to get out of Zuckerberg. So shareholders backed the move to remove Zuckerberg as chairman of Facebook. So honestly, I don't know really why. I mean, does that have something to do with the privacy stuff? But that's just good luck trying to move them out. In my opinion, I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. But went the wrong way. But people are migrating to Texas instead of New York City and LA and Chicago. So that means something to me because, population destinations, I mean, again, it could be closer to the border or something. I think that that's something to look at because now, instead of having, I don't know, I don't really know how I would talk about that, but people going to Texas instead of the coast, and yeah, Texas has a coast, but it's the Gulf Coast. It's not the West Coast or the East Coast. It's different. It's different down there. Philip Morris beat Ericsson dismisses 50 employees over corruption scandal that could lead to financial penalty. So something's going on with Ericsson, and they're worried about it, and they dismissed 50 employees over some corruption scandal. Another thing is that 50 employees is a round number. So there are more than 50 employees in on it. They just wanted to make a statement, and they wanted, they were in on it. 50 employees is a round number. It's a square number. It's a big number. 50 employees was agreed upon with some other people higher up, that we're going to get 50 employees and we're going to get them out of here. It's not, that's how I'm looking at that. That looks like problems for Ericsson. Future slip on the Fed minute. I already talked about that. Fed cash is flowing in from London and Singapore into financial services. So for whatever reason, what this could mean is that money stopped flowing in from America and China into these financial services, and there started to be more flow in from London and Singapore, which could signal something in the future that people are getting their money out a little ahead. All right, but the market's opening right now. But yeah, I got more of that. But Japan's exports take an unexpected tumble after 2 years of rises. That's something that I'm looking at too, because you would think that their exports would be up with the tariffs, but they aren't, and that, whatever. And Scotiabank has a downgraded forecast of China GDP growth. I don't know if that's a favor by Scotia or if that's like Scotia trying to end, trying to do something kind of surprising, but I don't understand that a little bit, unless it's purely on. There's not going to be any kind of deal with America over this trade shit in the next few years. I don't know. Scotia downgrading China and Japan's exports shrinking is a little bit surprising to me. But GE beat Siemens into a huge power generation contract in Iraq after Trump steps in on behalf of GE. So and I'm pretty sure Siemens, I don't know where Siemens is from. I thought Siemens was American. But why did Trump jump in for GE? I don't know. But he did. And so GE got that contract. That should be, you should see that in GE's stock price. But and a favor from the top like that's always good for your company. They're down actually. But whatever. Anyway, we're going off here. That Yulong Eco Materials that was up, it was up like 600 something percent yesterday, is down. It went up to like, I think it was at 1650-ish after hours. It's at 1270 right now. So that thing is kind of it might not be fizzled, but for the moment it's not running like it was. Anyway, AMD needs to hold the trend line that it's been sitting on. And again, I was kind of I need to sort my time out better. This should all be all set, but that wasn't the case this morning. Yeah. So just the Dow's future slid a little bit in the pre-market, but everything slid in the pre-market, talking about, oh, this might be the end of the world. This might be the end of the bubble, if you will, if you want to call it that. Looks like everything's a little down right now. The Dow's down 0.4%, Nasdaq 0.4%, and the S&P 0.4%. Pretty unanimous across the board. So we got that AMD on the trend line. Let me try to get that up as fast as I can. I want to look at that, and it was important because if they broke that trend line, then the downward movement from 32 is more likely to continue than to not continue. But if it held that trend line, you're sitting on what looked to be like a head and shoulders. If there was any kind of real spike, then that stock could be up at 30 in no time. And I've learned in the past few days of doing this that it's not what I want to talk about, it's what other people are talking about. So I have to change that, which is, whatever. But Activision is back down. Activision's down 6% today. Activision has been getting beat up. They just released Call of Duty, and that was supposed to be great. Indoc is getting bought out by somebody. I forget, but it's $24 a share. The share price is $23.40. So that is how it is. I'm getting into my shit here. Where'd it go? So I got Bosch Health. Dude, Bosch might be on a cup and handle, but that's kind of an extended leg cup and handle. Like you'd be taking a real chance to say that. And honestly, it looks like the shorts might have that stock right now. So I would stay away from Bosch. I love Bosch, but now's the time when you might just want to buy your out of the money puts. Every time I say buy puts on Bosch, though, I seem to be wrong. So honestly, I don't know anything else how to put that. But change this to none. Let me full screen this. Zoom out a little bit. We get the 1 day. All right, so it's just opening here. We're only a couple minutes into the day. Anyway, anything you guys want to talk about, put it up in the top corner. Fuck, dude, 2 watching. That's fucked up. Alright, well, let me restart. Maybe it was talking about this is where I should focus. Anyway, Trump wants to change 144-year postal treaty that will give China an unfair advantage. That gives an unfair advantage. Gee. And another thing, Mr. One Viewer here, is the bond defaults are increasing, more than doubling last year's rate and hitting new highs. That's what happened in 08. That's what happened in 08, or just prior to 08. Like the time frame was like, I think it was 9 months before, but not like So if you were looking for a market collapse, dude, just watch The Big Short and do everything that fucking guy did. You'll be a millionaire, billionaire, because we're repeating a pattern. But anyway, so AMD needs to hold this trend line here. And I can't pull up a goddamn fucking chart to save my life. You know, I just need a whole new setup here. I keep talking about it. AMD's kind of, it's down. It's down. 27.9, 27.10. Yeah, so AMD's fucking squirting around. I don't know why this isn't loading. I'm streaming too much. I mean, I don't have enough on my screen to be screening too much. Anyway, man, what are you looking at? There's only 2 people watching. I'm pretty sure I'm one of them. What are you looking at? But, shit, dude, shit. Dude, but, looks like the market's gonna have a down open here. But I don't think that Fed minute shit's gonna last. I think that's kind of gonna get breezed over. Cisco's up a little bit. Nvidia is up almost a point. Tiva's up almost 2. I don't want to be reading off of that fucking list. That's not accurate. You know, but come on, something fucking load for me. God damn it. God damn it. Top gainers today, PTI changed 277%. Getting that buyout, the buyout happened. Proteo Statistics, Therapeutics. It's up big. It was at $2 yesterday. It's up at $6.82. Congratulations, Bulls. But dude, Tesla buying that $2 billion piece of property to go and build a fucking a gigafactory is just a mistake in my opinion. They should have just kept. Dude, Tesla should just say that Tesla should go through the growing pains and step back a little bit and try to regroup. But they got so much debt, you know. They can finance it. It won't be that big. But that Yuko stock is up at 17 now, so. That thing just swung fucking $5 in a heartbeat. This isn't loading. Alright, I'm really at the point where I might just go buy a fucking computer. I might just go buy a fucking desktop here. This shit sucks, dude. I mean, it works, but when you start streaming onto YouTube, dude, it doesn't work. Fuck. The Dow's down 0.57%, the Nasdaq 0.6%, the S&P 0.54%. The top gainers is CCCL, the KO, which is up at 75%. It's at 1787 from what I'm looking at this screen. I don't know if that's the actual number, live number, because this site doesn't want to load for me. I'm not really streaming anything right now except for the YouTube thing. I have FinViz up, I have YouTube up, and I'm trying to open up another website, and it's still not working for me. But it's alright. Just annoying. Anyway, I can get this on my phone. But, so the markets, they're down 0.50. I need quotes. So Bosch is at 24.63. It's down 1%, down 25%. Let me look up Snap. What's Snap doing? Snap broke 7. So 6.945. It's down 11 cents. It's down $1.50 or 1.5%. It opened up at 17.19, which is up. I think it was at 17.09 at close or something like that. 06. The volume on it is 1.28 million. The average volume is almost 24. So I think that's running a high volume right now for the first 15 minutes. So there's a lot of volume on Snap. It's falling. It has no money. I know some guy was on here yesterday talking about Snapchat, and he was bullish on it, talking about how the RSI was a little high. Was a little low, and that indicated that it was oversold. But yeah, hello, yeah. So Snapchat fucking dropping. Bosch is dropping. Everything's dropping here. What's Canopy doing? So they just legalized pot over in Canada, up in Canada. Canopy was breaking 60 the other day. It's at 50 today. That's like the story of Square. It was breaking 100 one day. It was breaking 70 another day. They're at 77.20, down 1%. Dude, why is this stock down? I mean, I just don't understand. But they just took a nasty hit, nasty 1-2 punch. Philip Morris beat. I thought the Philip Morris wasn't going to beat, but I was wrong. Philip Morris had a pretty big beat. They're up 3%, $87. They're at $87. They're up $2.50. But anymore. So what was I talking about over here? What was it? It was PPG. What does PPG do? The painting and coating supplier says higher prices and cost cuts. Don't cut it. So higher cost is hurting them. They're saying that they can't afford what they're doing. So I expect that to be a big. They're up 0.5. They're up 0.5. But okay. Yeah. So GE. Where's GE at? And where's Simmons at? Simons. GE's down. Oh, that's Jern. GE's at 12.14.5. It's down a little bit. Alright, so what's going on with the earnings? Well, this doesn't load. But, trendline resistance. What's on resistance line? Give me a mid cap. So SPEM. SPEM is on the resistance line. Its RSI is in the middle. The RSI isn't doing anything. So you can't really hit anything on that, in my opinion. I don't know. SSPP insider buying at $17 stock. It's not bad. Afghan guards turn their guns on U.S. troops. Top American general escapes unharmed. So, shit's fucking popping off. You know, this Saudi shit might turn into like World War III or something. This is kind of what happened in the World War I. Someone got assassinated. I mean, it was a prince, a duke, Prince Ferdinand or whatever. But wouldn't that be some shit if this turned into World War III real quick? But yeah, you know that whole the dark ops shit. I just feel like there's a lot of that going on right now for whatever reason. Trump isn't tweeting as much, you know, and when he does, it's kind of like a vague stab instead of a whole. He used to post paragraphs. He's just stabbing at them. But yeah. Dow. Dow is getting beat up right now. It's got a green candle on it though, so that's good. Across the board, across the board, we're all red. Let me do this. I don't know if I'm allowed to do this, but I can really give a shit less. But that figures. Actually, dude, it's good if no one's watching this because I kind of want to see if this would work anyway. So if I put that up, and then let me get my YouTube shit up. When does that go? Does that go? There it is. Yeah. So, how long is this? The voice delay won't. This is all timed up, isn't it? It's delayed for me. But so you can see here that the whole fucking market's pretty much red. You know, Philip Morris, goddamn it, they're up 3.5% or 3.33%. You know, shit. But Walmart's kind of flat. Facebook, it's down 1.08%. Alright. So Facebook, so dude, if you could have a show where you fucking sit up here, fucking just day trading on this thing right here. And Money.net never fucking loaded for me. I'm not streaming anything. These numbers aren't updating, dude. I don't have the live stream on. My watch list on. be on full screen now. That's it? I thought I was watching at least 10 more stocks. Anyway, bear with me a second. If there's anyone watching it, I appreciate your kind fucking patience. But don't waste your time, dude. If you're trading, man, this is someone fucking around at this point. Why didn't any of that go? And once again, dude, just thank you so much. What is this? What is this? AMD's up. AMD held the trend line. AMD's in the fucking head and shoulders. AMD's in the head and shoulders. They held the trend line. On a red day, AMD's up. They held the trend line.